The U.S. economy has faced significant challenges over the past few years, and as we move closer to 2025, millions of Americans are asking the same question: will there be financial relief coming? With inflation continuing to rise, the cost of essential goods like groceries, rent, and medical care hitting record highs, and economic uncertainties looming, these concerns have never been more pressing. Across the nation, families are feeling the squeeze of shrinking budgets. Retirees are worried about whether their Social Security benefits can stretch far enough, and disabled individuals are grappling with the rising cost of living on fixed incomes. Could more direct payments be the solution? Will we see new stimulus checks, particularly the $1,255 monthly payments that are now being discussed as a real possibility? Today, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about this potential relief, exploring who could qualify, why Social Security beneficiaries are at the forefront of the conversation, and when this critical support might arrive. If you're looking for answers or just want to stay ahead of the curve, keep watching. You won't want to miss a second. And before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay informed about critical financial updates as they happen. You don't want to miss news that could directly impact you and your family. Now, let's get into it. Over the past several years, Americans have been grappling with one of the most turbulent economic landscapes in recent history. The pandemic, which began in early 2020, triggered economic shutdowns, job losses, and financial devastation for millions. In response, the government stepped in with stimulus payments that helped countless households survive the economic turmoil. But while the economy has shown some recovery since then, the scars remain and new concerns are rising. Inflation, which hit a 40-year high in 2022, continues to drive up the prices of essentials like housing, food, and energy. Even with cost of living adjustments, COLAs, for Social Security beneficiaries, many people are finding it increasingly difficult to make ends meet. As whispers of a potential recession in 2025 grow louder, lawmakers and economic experts are once again exploring ways to provide relief. And this time, there is significant focus on direct payments of $1,255 to Social Security recipients. Why $1,255? That's a question many people are asking. This figure has been proposed based on various calculations that factor in rising inflation, economic pressures, and the average needs of retirees and disabled individuals living on fixed incomes. Social Security benefits provide crucial support for millions of Americans, but for many recipients, these payments fall short of covering their basic needs. In fact, according to data from the Social Security Administration, SSA, nearly 50% of seniors rely on Social Security for at least 50% of their total income. For many others, Social Security makes up 90% or more of their monthly income. With the rising cost of living, even modest price increases can be devastating for those who are already struggling to get by. The $1,255 stimulus proposal aims to address these issues by providing consistent monthly payments that can help recipients cover essential expenses like rent, food, and medical bills without having to dip into savings or rely on credit. To understand why these payments are so critical, it helps to look at the broader economic picture. Inflation, which surged during the pandemic, has remained persistently high despite efforts by the Federal Reserve to stabilize prices through interest rate hikes. Although some sectors of the economy have improved, many Americans are still feeling the impact of inflated costs. For retirees and disabled individuals living on fixed incomes, the combination of rising expenses and stagnant income has created a perfect storm. Medical costs, in particular, have been a major burden. According to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, healthcare costs have risen faster than inflation in recent years, leaving seniors with higher out-of-pocket expenses, even if they have insurance or Medicare coverage. Similarly, housing costs have skyrocketed, with rent prices in many areas increasing by 20–30% since 2020. For Social Security beneficiaries, these challenges are particularly dire as they have fewer options to increase their income or offset rising costs. The $1,255 stimulus proposal has gained traction in part because it recognizes the unique challenges faced by Social Security recipients. Unlike the pandemic-era stimulus checks, which were distributed broadly to most taxpayers, this proposal is targeted specifically at retirees, disabled individuals, and others receiving Social Security benefits. This targeted approach is designed to provide the greatest relief to those who need it most, without the delays or inefficiencies often seen in broader stimulus programs. If approved, these monthly payments could make a significant difference for millions of Americans, helping them maintain a basic quality of life while weathering the economic uncertainty that many experts predict will intensify in 2025. So, who exactly would qualify for these payments? While the details are still being discussed, early indications suggest that eligibility would focus on current Social Security beneficiaries. This includes retirees receiving traditional Social Security benefits, disabled individuals receiving Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, and those receiving Supplemental Security Income, SSI. SSDI and SSI recipients, in particular, often face some of the greatest financial challenges as their income is already limited and their expenses for medical care and other essentials tend to be higher. The goal of the $1,255 payments is to provide much-needed support for these vulnerable groups, ensuring that they can afford their basic needs without falling further into financial hardship. The timing of this proposal is another critical factor. With economic forecasts suggesting a potential recession in 2025, lawmakers are under pressure to act quickly. Historically, stimulus payments have been approved and distributed relatively quickly during times of crisis. During the COVID-19 pandemic, for example, the first round of stimulus checks was approved in March 2020 and began arriving in Americans' bank accounts within weeks. If a similar sense of urgency develops in 2025, we could see the $1,255 payments approved and distributed in a matter of months. However, the speed and success of this proposal will depend on bipartisan support in Congress, which has proven difficult to secure in recent years. Political debates over government spending, budget priorities, and economic strategies could delay the process, but the growing economic pressures on Social Security recipients may push lawmakers to act more decisively. At this point, many Americans are asking, what can I do to prepare? First and foremost, it's important to stay informed. Follow trusted financial news sources, watch for updates from the Social Security Administration, and pay attention to announcements from lawmakers and policymakers. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits, make sure your information is up to date with the SSA, including your mailing address, bank account details, and contact information. This ensures that if stimulus payments are approved, you won't face delays in receiving the funds. Additionally, consider taking steps now to strengthen your financial situation. Look for ways to reduce unnecessary expenses, build a small emergency savings fund, and explore options for reducing debt. While the $1,255 payments could provide significant relief, being proactive about your finances can help you navigate any challenges that arise in the meantime. The potential impact of these payments cannot be overstated. For millions of Social Security beneficiaries, $1,255 per month could mean the difference between struggling to make ends meet and living with a sense of stability and dignity. These payments could help seniors afford necessary medical care, cover rent without fear of eviction, and put food on the table without having to sacrifice other essentials. For disabled individuals, the payments could provide much-needed support for medical treatments, assistive devices, and other critical expenses. Ultimately, the goal of this proposal is to provide targeted relief that ensures vulnerable Americans are not left behind during economic downturns. As we look ahead to 2025, the economic outlook remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the push for more stimulus relief is gaining momentum. Lawmakers, economists, and advocacy groups are recognizing the urgent need for targeted financial support, particularly for Social Security beneficiaries who are struggling to keep up with rising costs. Whether you're a retiree, someone receiving SSDI or SSI, or simply someone trying to stay informed about economic developments, it's important to keep a close eye on these proposals as they evolve. The decisions made in the coming months could have a profound impact on millions of lives, providing relief and hope to those who need it most. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others who might benefit from this information. And remember, subscribing to our channel is the best way to stay updated on breaking news, economic developments, and important financial updates. We're committed to bringing you clear, accurate, and timely information to help you navigate these uncertain times. So, what do you think about the $1,255 monthly payments? Do you believe they're enough to make a real difference for Social Security recipients? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.